I did promise you a walkthrough of our boat, and today's the day to do it. I've got Lee with me today. I've dragged him along, so come on, let's have a chat about your boat. What sort of boat is it?
It's a 2006 Sea Pro 22 footer from the US.
And he's done a couple of mods to it, so we thought we'd do a little bit of a walkthrough and have a look, have a chat about how the boat was when we got it and what changes that we've made to it. By we, I mean what changes Lee's made to it. Anyone that's new here, my name's Danny, this is Lee. We've got a lifestyle channel based in North Queensland, Australia. Today we're going to be talking about our Sea Pro boat.
All right, basically trailer, pretty average sort of a trailer. It's only new, it's only a 2020 model, so it's fairly new, galvanised. It's got a, as you can see, this drawbar extension, so if you're doing any beach launches, it's custom made, so you can pop it up under here and you get this extra length basically from there to here to do beach launches or shallow ramp launches or whatever. Big winch on the front for those, exactly for that as well, for beach launching. And it also helps you launch and retrieve, it's pretty easy. So a switch on the side for activating it. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The battery here is for the winch, and this battery here is for the brake controller, but I also believe that the brake controller is wired up into that battery as well, so for safety or whatever, backup. Decent, good quality jockey wheel. Fancy one. Made by Arc. A couple of spare wheels, fully galvanised. One other thing this thing does have, not that I use it very often, it's got a flushing system here. Plug your hose fitting into that, turn your hose on and it'll wash down the brakes. All right, let's work our way to the actual boat itself. Stuff in the front, pretty straight. We'll probably be able to sit up the top when we get up the top, but bow mount bracket for electric. Engine is a 2006, it's Mariner, but it's actually a Mercury Verado, same thing. 6-cylinder, supercharged. Steering, it's got a electric hydraulic assisted steering as well, so there's a pump underneath here. So your steering's like power steering, it's pretty cool. It's better than just normal hydraulic steering. Got a Mercury Inertia 17P prop on it, stainless prop. Let's go up and have a look inside. Here comes the boss. We'll start from the front, probably easier. Okay, front on. Bow mount for the electric, which is inside. It's got a Maxwell windlass with a capstan. So you can, if you really need to, you can put a rope around it and operate it manually or with a rather than through the Gypsy, which is pretty handy. Winch lives up under there with all the chain, 250 metres of 8-plat rope, some chain. Called a semi-insulator. They call them insulator, but I don't think it's much insulation. I don't know how long ice would last in it. Drains out over the side, but we just use it for storage. And that's the same under here as well. There's a little storage under here, under there for whatever. Storage or live bait tank, whatever you want to use it for. Just a bit of storage I've put in for some tackle boxes or whatever. Some more tackle storage in here for your Plano trays, or compatible trays. Console. Oh, actually, we're going back. I'll just turn the batteries on real quick. Okay, we've got a couple of marine batteries up under here. Turn them both on. A couple of sounders we've got. We've got a 9-inch FS9 Elite, which is the Lowrance, and a 12-inch HGS Gen 3. We've just got the one transducer, so it's just a Lowrance 3-in-1 transducer. Nothing too fancy, but seems to do the job.
And cup holders.
Yes, it's got cup holders, amazing. Yeah. Oh, this bracket here. So this one here, I've got a HGS 16 well, which is inside, they're all networked together. All three of them are networked together. So whatever we see on one, we can see on all of them, which is pretty handy. You can see there's no gauges. So all the gauges have been replaced by what they call a Mercury Vessel View Link, which is hooked up to the engine. Once it all gets communications, you'll see everything up on the screen here. Now that that's up, you can see we can get RPM from here. Ignition on, it does all your gears, and you can see it changing on here. From in here you can also do vessel control as well. So we can do troll control, smart tow, all that sort of stuff through the Mercury system. And also, the cool thing we can do is autopilot. We can control the autopilot through here. If we want to cruise out to put it on the chart, go home, put it on chart. If we want to go, say, over to, I don't know, argument's sake, we want to go here, you click go to cursor, and then it'll go engage autopilot. You say yes, and then autopilot will engage, and it'll just go to that point. And that, as you can see here, that also comes up on the second screen. You can control your autopilot from any screens. Any of them, you can get sonar, or you can get chart, and they're all the same through all of them. Now they're all networked as well, so all their GPS coordinates are all shared, and so are the charts. So we've got chart in one, and that shares it across the whole lot. Again, this one here can get engine as well. Not that you probably ever need it on the big one, but you can, yeah, they're all shared and networked. Engine, so you can control autopilot as well. Engage autopilot from there. And probably use that one there for engine. And this one here probably for sonar, because we can have split screens. We'll probably go, you might go traditional or chirps, sonar, down scan and side scan. Well, you probably won't use down scan too much, but we'll use side scan a bit. And also traditional or chirp as well. So yeah, and there's this one here for chart. So I whack the chart on that one as well. And also that'll give you your economy of, I've got it all set up so we can see fuel burn, how much fuel's left in the tank and that sort of stuff as well. We've only got a standard 600 watt transducer, just a standard 3-in-1 from Lowrance at the moment, but we'll see how funds are permitting later this year. I might upgrade that to a 1 kilowatt. Winch controls, or just standard switches on. You don't need to go through all those, but that's standard stuff, your winch and whatever else. Everything's pretty good, yeah, it's all pretty good. Everything works. Up here we got your radio, and you also your VHF radio, and then also your, actually that's different battery down inside here, but controls these. But we've got a AM/FM radio with Bluetooth as well, so listen to tunes or whatever. All your lights. I've got a third battery under here, which controls a lot of your house stuff. Down the back here, we'll just keep going through here. We've got 2 live wells, 1 live well on each side. These drain straight over the back, and there's a pump there for if you want to use them as live bait tanks or whatever. Batteries live under there, a couple of batteries, a few start batteries and a backup. Raw water wash down, pumps lives under this hatch here. You'll see on this engine there's no hydraulic ram like the traditional type of ones. These are built into the midsection for mercury specific. Another live well here. Nothing fancy, just a live well. And these things also have pop-up cleats. Pretty good feature. Cleats pop up and down. 2 on each side for the rod holders. Plus you've got your standard rod holders up here for when you're underway. T-top, we've got a bag here for storage and life jackets and stuff in there, just for general storage. Boat's got a fair bit of storage actually for a centre console. You've got all this up here, and there's heaps of room in the console. Plus your side pockets, which I don't really use for much. It's got we've got a table here. So a table you can pull out, and then it just clips into these clips here. Got that when you want to use it. And we can use that for bait, or make it a sandwich or whatever you want to do with it. And that just slots into there, get out of the way. Seats, bolstered seats, so you up and down. So if you just want to stand up, you can lean up against them and hang on. When it's nice and calm, seats down, have a good old chillax on the seats.
This is your position in the boat generally, isn't it?
You're driving, are you? So yes.
No, when I'm swimming, you're sitting in the boat.
Yes, because I'll watch out for you get eaten by sharks. They're actually quite comfortable seats, so they're pretty good home seats. Stainless wheel. Good wheel. Here's the console. It's got all my gear in there at the moment. I use this box here for my fishing gear, and then under here there's a little compartment you can lift up. It's got some life jackets, some more spare life jackets and stuff in it. I also have my fridge there, 30 litre fridge, which is pretty cool. And then down the back here you'll see there's a I've done a fair bit of rewiring on it as well, so there's some new wiring for the spare battery which is here, which is the house battery hidden down there. It's a new 115 amp hour AGM, which also charges from the engine. Just knife and plier storage on the side there. Plus I've also put some storage up the back there for other tools and stuff. There. This is all on now, so we can turn on the radios. EPIRB, all that sort of stuff's up there ready to go in case you need it. Some lights here. So we've got these lights in these LEDs. Side lights, overhead lights, the front, anchor light, all the light switches and that are there. I realise it might be the ones at the back. Yeah, that's that one. Rear lights. Controls for the winch are here. Winch controls, circuit breaker, and that's your parallel switch, so you can link it up to the back batteries as well. For any reason this one goes flat, you can just link it up to the back ones to bring the winch up or down. Turn it off there when you're not using it, and then isolate it there. So we chose this one because American boat, we've had a couple of US boats in the past, and they kind of feel comfortable because they're not going to rot away. They're all no timber in them, all glass stringers or composite stringers, composite transom. A little bit wider than Australian boats, but it's not too much wider. It's only a little bit, so you don't really need oversized signs to tow it or anything. And it wasn't too big a boat. It was like kind of a mid-size. Even though it's 6.8 metres, it's still quite a manageable boat. And we were kind of limited by funds. There wasn't a great deal around. So for a 6.8 metre boat, we were looking at spending not much money. It kind of fitted our budget. Would have been nice to have got something a bit newer, but no, it runs all right. Under the battery, I've also got the 36 volt lithium battery for the Minn Kota.
Oh.
So on the Minn Kota battery, you can see it all on here. The app is the Trolltech app, and then from here we can go in. You can see your battery. You can see how many volts it is, remaining amp hours, temperature of the battery. So that's pretty good. So you can keep an eye on your battery states and whatever else. Speakers for the radio, speakers for the sound system are up here. Yeah, a couple of speakers. It's got a 400 litre fuel tank, so it carries a bucket load of fuel. Plenty for around what we do. We'll never use that much fuel, but it's always, I suppose it's good for some people who want to do big trips or doing camping trips away for a few days. You've got plenty of fuel. And there's room on the top to throw stuff. I don't think there's a lot of weight up there. You could probably strap a couple of swags to the top. It's got a solar panel up there as well, but I don't think it's connected. We haven't really needed it for what we do. It seems to be pretty good. It's dry, very dry boat. Like I think a lot of the American boats have good flare in the bow, so they're nice and dry. A lot drier than the L30s we had. That thing was a bit drenched in that at times, but this seems a lot drier, a bit more comfortable. Even though it's about the same size as 30s, I think. So we've bolted the Minn Kota, mounted the Minn Kota, just so we can show you what it looks like. 36 volt, 72 inch, pretty standard type of thing. I got that mount made up, bolted to the front. It's not too bad. It'll do for now, but probably needs to be beefed up a bit, but it's all right. Does the job. Marine Co plug. I've had Anderson plugs in the past, but you just forever clean them and they just drive you mad. So I've got the proper Marine Co heavy duty plug. You can see it's got a big heavy duty plugs on it, and you can seal it up when you're not using it. Way better than using Anderson plugs. Yeah, more reliable. You haven't got to play around with them. Once you plug them in, they work. It's a manual deploy as well, so when you need to deploy it, just walk up the front and deploy it. Got a Railblazer Kota mount just to support the head from wobbling around. It's pretty standard for this size boat. Anything around this size, you need the bigger one. Because we had an 80 pound on the 30s and it used to struggle. It used to get flogged out real quick. Yeah, it's all pretty good nick, this boat. There's a couple of little things on the upholstery which could get done, but other than that, it's in pretty good condition. 2006, so it's getting on a bit.
It's a good quality built boat.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Perfect for around here. So fishing the reefs around here and off the reefs off Lucinda or anywhere. Good fishing the Great Barrier Reef. Perfect. Bit of a close up of the bilge. Very clean. That's the pump for the assisted hydraulic steering. That big black box there. And then you got your usual other stuff like your bilge pump down the bottom, plus your pump here for your. There you go, it's picking up a bit of water that's coming in from the rain. Your pump here for your live bait tanks and so forth. Fuel filter. Alright, take the lid off. Might start it up, give it a quick run, get the dog all excited. There we go. 250. Take the rest of this off as well. It all comes off fairly easily so you can get full access under the cow.
Dog's favourite thing.
Oh, dog loves it.
Loves a good outboard panel.
Alright, you can hit the key. I just tilted it up and rested it on the support brackets. I think it takes a bit of the pressure off the hydraulics. Suspension, just standard trailer suspension, nothing fancy, but it's all as new. Like the trailer's only a couple of years old, or a few years old, so hasn't done a great deal of use. Weights on the trailer comes in over 2 tonne, hence the hydraulic over electric brakes. So yeah, over 2 tonne. So I look probably guessing 2 point, I don't know, over 2 but under 2.5. So then the trailer's rated to 3.2, but it's not that heavy. 3 tonne, so the trailer's rated at 3 tonne. But yeah, maybe if you had it full of fuel, I might come close, but you got plenty of breathing room there with the weights. That's pretty much about it for the boat.
Thanks so much for watching. Hope you got something out of this video. If you're looking for a glass center console, maybe the Sea Pros might be one of those boats that you'd consider, or an American built boat. Got any questions or comments, pop them down below and I'll try and grab Lee to reply. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up for us. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.
Hooroo.